Hey everyone, it's Phil Swift here. Today, I have accumulated these 8 pictures right here of, families of different races, and we are going to rank them in this 6-tier tier list based off of, I don't know, vibes, I guess. How good they are. Not one thing in particular, just, we're just gonna do a tier list of all the races. Yeah. So, I guess we can just start. First up, we got white people. There are a lot of white people in the world, you know what I mean? Especially, like, where I live, and probably most places in America, are predominantly white areas. So, of course, I've grown up around a lot of white people, probably more so than any of these other races here. And so I've gotten to kind of know the inside and the out of white people, Look, white people can be great. They can also suck. Okay? White people have like the largest disparity between the good and the bad out of any race. That's probably just because I know them more, but from personal experience. Like, of course, I'm white, so my family, I fuck with them. I like my family. All my friends that are white, I fuck with them. But dude, bad white people are really bad. Like, bad white people are like almost insufferable. You know what I mean? Like, for example, every frat guy that has ever lived. I mean, I don't like any of them, but like 96% of them are white. So there's like a shit ton of white people right there that I just automatically don't like. And then you got like basically everyone in government, like old, geriatric, privileged, entitled white Christian men who think that they can rule over everyone else with an iron fist. Like, no. This isn't just about one person, by the way. I know you're thinking of one person right now, but this is actually everyone. Like, this is a combination of everyone. Basically, everyone in government who thinks they're better than us. By us, I mean, everyone else. I don't know. That's kind of soured my, how I see white people. Because they're just so privileged they're unable to see, how a regular person lives. I don't really like that. There's a bunch of other bad things about white people too, like racism. You know what I mean? I don't really like racism. But I will say good white people are great. I'm not going to diss on all white people here. I have a lot of white friends who are great. Of course, I'm dating a white girl, and I've been dating her for 3 years. But yeah. So, I love good white people. I hate bad white people. C tier. Because I feel like there's a perfect middle. White people are probably actually one of the hardest races here to rank, because of how large the difference between good and bad is. But I think C tier is good for them, because C is, I feel like, the perfect mid, around, like, in between C and B, but, C just fits mid better. So, white people, C tier. Next up, black people. Alright, first of all, I have to get out of the way. Y'all have Jayden Daniels. That puts you up a full tier right away. Because Jayden Daniels is, like, probably my favorite person right now. Like, I would say Jayden Daniels over my entire family. Jayden Daniels is my savior. He's my beloved. I love that guy. He's also going to be my starter in fantasy. And if I don't draft him, I'm going to trade everyone else for him. Anyway, yeah. Also, black people, low-key, they be funny as shit sometimes. Like, I don't know. I'm friends with a lot of it. Like, the high school I went to, even though, like, my immediate community is predominantly white, the high school I went to actually had more black people than it did white people. Like, it was like 14% white, my high school. So, I don't know. Met a lot of them, too. They're all cool. I fuck with them. I feel like I feel this is kind of the same with any race except white people. Like races within a community kind of like form bonds with each other. Like, you always see people hanging out with people of the same race, and so that was kind of the case in I was in track, and I met a lot of black people through track. Fuck with them heavy. They also low-key carried our team. Like, we were actually good in track. Like, our school, surprisingly, we were actually pretty good. So yeah, black people. I feel like I can't put them. I'm not going to put them in S or A. I am going to put them in B. The only reason I'm not going to put them in S or A is because, O Block. Like, O Block, like downtown Compton, like that kind of thing. Like, those are communities that you don't really want to associate yourself with, at least in my opinion. And, yeah, I mean, hopefully that's not too controversial. I just don't want to fucking die. So, yeah, black people, solid B tier. I love Jayden Daniels. Next up, Hispanic people. Let me tell you guys a little personal anecdote about Hispanic people. So I worked as a lifeguard last summer, and I worked at like a small apartment pool. It was a nice little place. It was like cozy. It was quaint. And right next to the pool, there was this place with grills. I don't know what it was called. There was like tables and grills and shit. It wasn't a kitchen, but it was like an outdoor eating area or whatever. There was like once or twice a month, actually more than that. It was like once a week. There was this huge Hispanic family that I guess lived at the apartment. I don't know why I did this, and this is Hispanic. This huge Hispanic family that lived at the apartments that would pull up, have a huge cookout. They would, blast Mexican music, and I didn't care. I thought it was funny because my pool was very not busy. But what they would give me free food. I would just chillin'. I was working at a lifeguard. They would have these cookouts in like the middle of the day. They would have these cookouts at like 3:30 p.m. I don't even know if it was lunch or dinner, but but like they would give me free food. They would notice I was just working, chilling. Usually there was no one at the pool. Like there would be some Latina woman who'd pull up and she'd be like, "Here, take the food." That was a horrible accent, but yeah, they would give me like metal silverware and shit. Dude, Hispanic people, S tier. I fuck with Hispanic people so heavy because first of all, I love free food. Second of all, Hispanic people are also funny as shit. I mean, look, black people are funny, white people, I guess, are funny, but Hispanic people are like the funniest race. Like Hispanic people are funny as shit. Yeah, of course, as I said earlier, there were a lot of non-white people in my high school, so I don't want you guys to think I grew up in like a 96% white area because I didn't. Like I actually didn't. Like my high school had at least some of every race here and a lot of most races here. So yeah, Hispanic people, S tier. It's really one of the only races here where I don't have anything bad to say about them. Like this was frat guys, this was O Block, but Hispanic people, like I don't even know what the bad of Hispanic is. I probably just haven't gotten out there enough. But yeah, one of my realest friends who I've known since elementary school is also Hispanic. I used to drive him home like every day. Fuck with that guy. Yeah. Also, fuck ICE. Next up, Asians. All right, Asians. What did I write about my little thing? Oh yeah. Sorry, I have like this little index card with me because I like tried to record this video 6 times before and I either just said something controversial on accident or I just didn't say anything at all because I couldn't think of anything. So I have my little index card. But yeah, Asian people. Almost all of my roommates next year are Asian. So I feel like I'll be better equipped to rank Asian people after next year. But I feel like I've also had like plenty of experience with Asians already. So I don't even know why I mentioned that really. But yeah, I fuck with Asian people. You know how I said Hispanic people are funny as shit? I feel like Hispanic people are like on the average Hispanic person is the funniest of every race, but like the funniest like Asian people, no other race can match. Like if you find a super funny Asian dude, dude, it's peak. They're peak humor. You know what I mean? Yeah. The only really downside I have against Asian people is a lot of times they can be like there's always like 1 or 2 kids in your not elementary but like middle or high school class that are like so like if anime was personified it would be like this one guy and for some reason they're almost always Asian. It's like they walk around like Naruto running unironically quoting animes that no one knows or cares about and are just so very cringe. There's always a couple of those people and they can also be white. A lot of them are white but the second they're either most commonly white or Asian. So, I'm gonna put Asian. Should I put Asian in A or B? I'm gonna put in A. I'll put Asian in A because I feel like I kind of downplayed how cool Asian people are. They're always really chill. They always really talk. If you find an inner Asian community or whatever, which is the people who I'm rooming with next year, because they're in this giant club called the Filipino Cultural Association at my college. I went to one of their club meetings. I met a bunch of the people there. I fuck with them all. But yeah, A tier. I think Asian people are a solid A tier. Look, A for Asian. Perfect. Brown people, F. No, I'm just kidding. Brown people. This is kind of like a spin-off of Asian people. I'm making this a separate thing because of one reason. Alright. At my college, you will see this if you know me in real life and you see my Instagram posts. I pride myself upon being like the token white guy in one of my friend groups. Because like, there's a friend group I have of like 20 people. I think, I'm white, obviously. 2 of the dudes are black. Everyone else is Indian, except I think there's, like, 1 brown dude who isn't Indian. But, like, everyone else, it's so majority brown people, and I'm the only white dude. So I feel like I've gotten to know a lot about Indian, yes, but also just brown people in general. First of all, I know I mentioned this already, but even more so than any other race, like, the brown community, everyone knows everyone. And I was told this by, like, my Indian friend. Actually, my Indian friends, I've been told this multiple times by multiple Indian people. Everyone knows everyone within the Indian community. It's like actually kind of crazy. It's like there have been so many it's a small world moments in my past year because like college, like, oh wow, this person who I know in elementary school is now roommates with my other Indian friend's girlfriend, or like some random shit like that. Like, everyone knows everyone. That's my point. They're also like, at least within the friend group I'm in, so I'm just making a generalization. They're also very smart. Like almost all the people in that group made Dean's List. Like academically smart. So I mean, that's just a booster, I guess. And a lot of times they're like rowdy and loud as hell, but like so am I. So I fuck with that. But they can also be chill, which is pretty cool. So I think brown people I think are a solid B tier. Wow, yeah, B for brown. That's perfect too. They're a solid B tier. I just fuck with like Asians a little bit more. I don't know if that was weird to say, but yeah, Asians, whatever. Asian A, brown B. I think that's a good rating. Next up, natives. Natives are like the backbone of America. Of course, I'm American, so if you're not American, I'm referring to like Native Americans. These are the people that Christopher Columbus thought was Indians. Because I guess he didn't really know any better at the time. He just saw people with this skin color and was like, oh my god, they have to be Indian. But yeah, he also killed 90% of their population with disease, so it kind of sucks. But yeah, they were here before anyone else. It's basically their land. Like, I'm in a house right now that is on native land, essentially, because I live in Maryland. So, yeah. And now, a lot of their lives kind of suck because there's, like, native reservations because, white people colonized the shit out of America and now we force them to live in, terrible... I don't know. It all kind of sucks and it's, like, bad and I don't really like it. But, I've also never met eight? Why did I say 8? I've also never met native people, like, a family. I maybe met, like, 2 or 3 native individuals in my entire life. If that. I don't even know. I can think of one girl who I hate that claims she's native, but has also claimed before that she's white, black, Hispanic, and probably one of these as well. Oh yeah, mixed. So yeah, I don't know. That's completely irrelevant, but this is kind of... I have no idea how to rank this because I haven't met that many natives. I'm gonna put it in B though, because I feel like it's a good... Whoops. I feel like it's a good, I guess, generalization. I can't be mean about it because I'm not going to put them in F tier because I've never met any of them. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was kind of a terrible, explanation. But B tier because I feel like that makes just the most sense. Pacific Islander, kind of similar to Native because I've never met, like, almost any of them. But y'all have Puka Nakua and Dwayne Johnson. So that alone brings you to A tier. I think that's a great rating. Now... This was not a race, but I included it anyway. You heard me mention earlier, mixed people. I fuck with mixed people. I've met more mixed people than, Islanders or natives, so I actually kind of, know a lot of them. Not a lot, like 4, but, I've known them in my life. They're cool. They're unbiased, when it comes to, like, black and white people. White people tend to side with white people, and black people tend to side with blah, blah, blah. Whoops. You didn't hear anything I just said, but you understood, I can't speak English today. I apologize. But yeah, I remember there was this one dude on YouTube who did like a white versus black basketball game, and he got a mixed ref to avoid bias. So yeah, I fuck with that. Mixed people are pretty cool. I don't know what to explain about this. Sorry, my friend from Estonia is texting me. Anyway, yeah. So mixed people, I like them though. They're cool. I think I can put them in A tier. Because I really have nothing to go off of, but, a mid-race plus a good race makes a great race. I mean, that's usually not how it works, but like 1 + 2 = 3 type shit, I guess. Hold on. I'm gonna center it. Yeah. So, sorry for how horrible this video was. I low-key gave terrible explanations on most of these, but, Hispanic people S tier. I guess I hate white people because they're the last race. Asians... Islanders, simply because of Dwayne Johnson and Puka, and mixed go in A, black, brown, and native go in B, and yeah, that is my tier list of races. I hope you did not enjoy this video. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. This video, low-key, was kind of ass, but at least I can clickbait, in the title. But I'm never going to publish this, so it literally doesn't even matter anyways. Oh my god, why am I here? I hate. I hate. I hate. Okay, goodbye, everyone.